The Australian Federal Police is the national and principal federal law enforcement agency of the Australian government with the unique role of investigating crime and protecting the national security of the Commonwealth of Australia. The AFP is an independent agency of the Department of Home Affairs and is responsible to the Minister for Home Affairs and accountable to the Parliament of Australia. As of October 2019, the Commissioner of the Australian Federal Police is Rhys Kershaw, formerly the Northern Territory Police Commissioner. The AFP has a focus on preventing, investigating and disrupting transnational, serious, complex and organised crime including terrorism and violent extremism, cybercrime, child exploitation, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. The AFP is also responsible for delivering community policing in the Australian Capital Territory through ACT policing and to other dependent territories, providing protective security in major airports and close protection for dignitaries including the Prime Minister of Australia and foreign diplomatic missions, delivering law enforcement training for Asia-Pacific partner agencies, acting as Australia's international law enforcement and policing representative, and contributing to United Nations peacekeeping around the world. The AFP is also a member of the National Intelligence Community and works closely with the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation, the Australian Border Force, and the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission. The AFP was formed on 19 October 1979 under the Australian Federal Police Act 1979 after the merging of the former Commonwealth Police and the Australian Capital Territory Police. This followed a review of Australia's anti-terrorism capacity by Sir Robert Mark, former Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police in the UK, which was commissioned by the Fraser government following the 1978 Hilton bombing. In November 1979, the Federal Narcotics Bureau was transferred to the new agency. In 1984, the Protective Service component of the AFP was separated, forming the Australian Protective Service under the Administrative Service and later governed by Attorney General's Department. That agency was transferred back to the AFP in 2004 and is now known as Australian Federal Police. Uniform Protection. The Parliamentary Joint Committee on Law Enforcement, a joint committee of members of the Australian House and Senate, has responsibility for oversight of the AFP and the Australian Crime Commission. Separately, the Australian Commission for Law Enforcement Integrity and the Office of the Integrity Commissioner are charged with investigating issues related to law enforcement corruption in Australia. In the AFP and other agencies, the AFP's role is to enforce Australian criminal law, contribute to combating complex, transnational, serious and organised crime impacting Australia's national security and to protect Commonwealth interests from criminal activity in Australia and overseas. The AFP is responsible to the Minister for Home Affairs. Key priorities of the AFP are set by the Minister for Home Affairs through a ministerial direction issued under the Australian Federal Police Act 1979. Areas of operational emphasis include: continued responsibilities include providing federal agents are based in each Australian state and territory capital city internationally and form the largest component of the AFP staff. Federal agents chiefly perform criminal investigative duties. Current areas of focus for the AFP. The AFP hosts a National Missing Persons Coordination Unit, the Australian Interpol National Central Bureau, and the Australian Bomb Data Centre. Members of the AFP outside the ACT and other federal territory do not exercise the powers, obligations and liabilities of a constable at common law. Consequently, they are identified by each state as federal agents. That is, a member of a law enforcement agency, not a police service. Assault rifle armed AFP officers are situated in both chambers of the Australian Parliament as of 2015. It is the first time in Australian history that Parliament has been guarded by armed personnel. In addition to its federal role, the AFP provides policing services to the Australian Capital Territory and the external territories, including Christmas Island, Cocos Islands, Norfolk Island, and Jervis Bay Territory. AFP Uniform Protection provides physical protection for the Australian government at key locations throughout Australia and internationally. Uniform protection officers are firearms and defensive tactics trained, and perform duties which include armed escorts, bomb appraisals, bomb detection canines, visitor control, Static guarding. Alarm monitoring and response. Mobile, foot and bicycle patrols. Maintain civil order. Security consultancy services. Counter-terrorism first response at many Commonwealth establishments. Uniform protection officers have powers under Section 14 of the AFP Act 1.